It is cold out right now, but not as cold as we saw last night, as we saw our first measurable snowfall of the year here in Syracuse. Now, 50,000 jobs is a lot of jobs. The only issue is that's going to take a lot of phases. And Clinton Square Ice Rink is one of two outdoor ice rinks that the city of Syracuse operates. However, this one is the only one right in the heart of downtown. However, Syracuse London is stressing that this change is due to the rise in COVID cases in the United Kingdom and because they don't want students spreading it back in the US. Getting on a VO scooter is as simple as opening the app on your phone, scanning the scooter, and then riding away. We begin top story tonight with that breaking news out of Ecuador tonight. A key candidate for president shot dead just days before the election. It's been about 1 month since Centro began their new bus service to the Syracuse airport. But how many people are now using this service?
It's about a handful of people, about 5 to 10 people a day that use that service to and from the hub and from the airport.
Stephen Cagle is Centro's vice president of communications. He says that this new airport service was the previous Mattydale route.
Instead of going to North Syracuse, we redirected it and straightened it out a little bit, and so we can make the time and get out to the airport.
That new bus service from the Centro Transit Hub leaves directly behind me, right across that street over there. The new service costs only $1 for most riders and has over 13 departures each weekday. But some say they'd still drive.
Yeah, I feel like I usually take the first flight out in the morning, so it's pretty early, so I don't think I'd want to walk at 4 a.m. down to the bus to go to the airport, but I feel like I'd be open to taking the bus from the airport back downtown.
I took a ride on the SY-84 route to the airport, which currently does not have any scheduled service on Sunday, even though Sunday is one of the biggest travel days of the week.
Good. We know that the majority of those individuals are employees at the airport. And that's really what the service is designed to serve.
NCC News spoke with an employee at the airport who wanted to remain anonymous, who says this service has changed her life. She says it has saved her hundreds of dollars. We also spoke with other Syracuse residents who say they will now always use the bus when headed to the airport.
I absolutely would take the bus. I love riding the Centro, especially during the summertime, and it's only $1. You can't beat that.
Centro says the new service is in a trial period for at least the next 6 months. Good evening, Ben and Katie. Looker's Showclub here has been closed since last September because of reports of violence and noise disturbances. But local residents are telling us tonight that this has been going on for years.
Not even just, from 7 to 10, 12, 2 o'clock when they're supposed to close. It would be 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. It's still lights, blasting music.
Tia says this led to constant crime activity outside the Gentlemen's Club.
And when you have weapons and when you have people fighting in the middle of the street right there, that's a problem, I don't understand.
It's now been over 4 months since the club last closed, and shattered glass and trash still remains outside. Another next door neighbor says she used to pray for her life every night the club was open.
They pray because you don't know when something's going to break out between people.
She says lookers wouldn't even come alive until 2 a.m.
Blast the music from their vehicles, okay? So the whole place is vibrating, okay? And this is until 5 in the morning.
You guys would close this gate?
Yep.
Tia forced to install parking gates and no trespassing signs outside her home, then showing us the video she took of the chaos unfolding on her street.
I know people have to make money, but the way that it was going on, illegal activity is supposed to be not allowed.
And yesterday, a Syracuse judge ruling that Lookers owner Kevin Quinn will no longer be allowed to associate with alcohol, entertainment, or cannabis business within the city of Syracuse. He is also being fined $1,000. And one of the residents there, Tia Percy, telling us that every time she called the police about the situation, they told her, quote, "Well, you chose to live there," referring to the strip club across the street. For now, we're live from Lookers. Zach Richter, Citrus TV News. That's the morning announcement from McNamara Elementary School Principal Melinda Howard. It was just a normal day last Friday as students arrived to school. But when weapon detectors are installed, things are going to change. Some local residents think it's completely unnecessary.
The young kids, it's kind of crazy having young kids kind of go through and, it's treat them like a criminal right off the get-go.
But if a student wants to get it into school, they'll find a way. So I prefer that we do not do this.
However, some say, unfortunately, it's now time.
It's definitely gotten to that point where it's needed. I mean, you've seen like the Sandy Hook shootings and stuff, and unfortunately, it's just, I wouldn't be opposed just as bad as it's gotten.
The Baldwinsville Central School District releasing in a statement to NCC News, quote, "Safety and security are extremely important to our district, and we have continued to be proactive with our safety protocols, infrastructure improvements, staff training, and school resource officers / special patrol officer staffing." One student we spoke to in the district could not be more disappointed about this incoming change.
I honestly think they're unneeded. I think we haven't had enough problems to where I think we need them included in our school every day. I also think for me as a senior getting in, especially like school starts around 7:35, and I like to get in late, I like to get in right on time. How am I supposed to get into school on time if people are taking out their stuff from their bags?
The district says the weapon detectors should be installed within the next few weeks. And this comes after a 14-year-old brought a handgun into one of the schools in the district last year. The superintendent of the Baldwinsville Central School District is hoping that this will make schools safer for everyone. From Baldwinsville tonight, Zach Richter, NCC News.
Syracuse London will be requiring masks on campus.
I'm not doing that. Come on, I don't even have masks. I don't know where to get them.
That was the reaction from some of the students here when they found out masks will be required here in London next week. However, Dr. Becca Farnham says this change is necessary.
And just between the UK rising and some of the student cases, it was determined that masking for that last week was just the smartest thing for everyone.
And even though masks are going to be strongly recommended this week here in London, our crew saw many students not wearing them, but some of the staff were.
For this second to last week of the semester, we are highly requiring masks. You'll start to see more staff and faculty wear them as we kind of set that example, and they'll be readily available in all of the offices and at reception as well.
This masking change announcement comes after a COVID caution email that was sent to London students on April 3rd. The email discussed the recent spike in COVID cases in the United Kingdom, saying the pandemic is by and large under control, but by no means behind us. Some students don't mind it as this requirement comes only a week before the program end date of April 29th.
Very glad Syracuse has taken the steps to take everybody safe, because obviously coming home we've all been traveling a lot, so we all are very, very high risk of having COVID and then transmitting that to our families.
Now, other Syracuse Abroad centers in Madrid and Florence are currently not requiring masks, nor do they have any COVID restrictions. However, Syracuse London is stressing that this change is due to the rise in COVID cases in the United Kingdom and because they don't want students spreading it back in the U.S. Live from London tonight, Zach Richter, Citrus TV News. Well, still to come this morning at 11:30, holiday travel is quickly approaching. We'll have your holiday traffic report after the break, and weather still to come a little bit later. We'll be right back. And I'm Zach Richter. It's a story we broke late last night. More than 1 million people have seen this clip we're about to show you. Heard of the Ozempic challenge, a weight loss journey trend that took TikTok by storm over the last year. In Chile, it's been nearly 4 years since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, but new vaccines are still coming out. Citrus TV's Lauren Holdmeyer has the details on how you can get the new vaccine right here on campus. Syracuse got a peek at the future of farming today. The Empire State Producers Expo brings in farmers and vendors from all around the world. For 34 years, Lights on the Lake has lit up Onondaga Park during the holiday season. Citrus TV's Blair Seaman has more on the new changes to the beloved light show. Her whole plot being uncovered tonight from WhatsApp messages, and our Valerie Castro has the very latest.